Well, hello again and welcome to the construction site. As you can tell, the original railroad, which was just confined to this rectangular bed, has grown a little bit. My plan, let's see if it all works out in the end, is to have an oval with a spiral loop element which is inspired by the Bruzio Viaduct and different parts of the Bernina line in Switzerland. On this end of the railroad, it's probably going to be one of the most technical landscaping things I've ever done in my life. And rather than just get intimidated by not being able to do it, I simply decided to start. Of course, that's going to be my advice for anything that you do in Garden Railroad. Just get started. It's also a good lesson in life. The railroad, after it does its spiral loop thing down on that end, which I'll talk about in a moment, I've got to try and put enough of a rise in here so that the train can pass underneath the viaduct on that end. And that's going to be negotiating through all of this length of track, somewhere between a 2 and a 3 degree slope over the whole course. You see these little stumps, these little train stumps, as my wife has lovingly called them. These are actually repurposed porch posts from the front of my house. So I decided to cut these into 12-inch segments, which I'll use as piers for this end of the railroad where it's flying in midair. I didn't want to worry about an extra layer of dirt and rock here. It's a little bit expensive, and I also want to take care to not disturb the root fan of the trees that are behind me. I will be using a string to kind of transfer the height and the slope. I hopefully will have achieved an increase in elevation from anywhere around 3 to 4 inches so that I can make up the rest of the incline back here on the straightaway where the train can have a little bit better time negotiating that. I'm going to get interrupted now by a squirrel who is so brazenly coming into this job site and movie set. Now, I need about 7 to 8 inches of clearance on this end so I can get my tallest coaches and locomotives underneath it, and that's where that 2 to 3 degree grade is going to come in crucial on that end of the line to where it gets down here. On this end, it's the R2 radius, 15,000 radius, or 5.5 feet. That's made by LGB. On that end is the wider R3 radius, 8-foot radius, 22.5 degrees off the top of my head if I'm getting my math right. What I've already started to redo, I took some of the old decomposed granite that I had for ballast in the old layout. I put it into my wheelbarrow and I'm putting it back out here, repurposing as I go. And then you see the white rock down here is all-purpose gravel that you can get from any big box store in the US. And I had a big brain moment, as they say. I used a homemade screen, rock screen from an earlier project of mine, and I screened out the smallest pebbles. So what it helped me do is put the big rocks down first as kind of a foundation, and then the middle-sized rocks in the middle, of course, and then the finest grit was used on top to help pack in and make a really compressed bed for the new road bed to be on. I'll come back and tamp in and cover and do the final ballasting with either more decomposed granite or more of the leavings out of that bag of all-purpose stone. And I've decided to go with the all-purpose stone here because I didn't want to go through all of the hassle of pulling up a whole course of these reinforcing pavers. So I just decided to go a little bit lazy, let's say, and just pile a bunch of rock there. Let's see how it goes, just seeing what works and what doesn't, especially on such an expansive and an uneven soil makeup that we have here in Northeast Texas. A word on most of my track. It was all purchased in 2021 as a part of a big estate find. Most of it is LGB brand, some of it's Aristocraft. Eventually we'll start using split jaw rail clamps to sort of bring things together. Had a lot of problems with just shorts using the regular clamps that come from the LGB kit. It is going to be a DC layout. In that estate purchase, I got a 2-channel Bridgeworks controller, and also in the collection were a bunch of electrical LGB switches that are also controlled by this little orange control box or moment switch box. And I had that all wired up previously on the former layout. I won't use it as much this time, but it's very handy to have so that you're not running all over the place, and a really nice companion if you're not running the more sophisticated DCC or fully wireless protocols that are out there. So there you go. That is a summary on all the work I've done so far to get me to this point. In the next part of this series, I'll be showing you the process of putting in the beloved train stumps as the eventual piers for the viaduct on this end of the railroad. I'll also be finishing the rock work on the spiral viaduct end down there, as well as in the turnout and siding section. And I'll also be working on the grade, which should just be hopefully a long, straight, smooth gradient to finish the climb towards the spiral element. I'll also start working on the bridge deck for the viaduct that we'll lay down here. That's going to be pieces cut out of cedar fence pickets, and I'll be going through the trial and error process of attaching those together. So in the words of Bob Ross, happy training, God bless.